Hey, what's going on, y'all? Today's Sunday. Definitely off track because I like to give them to you guys every Monday and Thursday. But as you guys will see later on from another video, I'll eventually put up. Or if you follow me on Instagram, I was busy road tripping with the interns, the little graces, whatever name they choose to go by for that day. But anyway, gonna get back on track. Actually gonna upload this one today. Actually gonna be one of my favorites. I know I said that probably about 12 times now, but like I tell y'all, they're all my favorites. But anyway, today's Daily Jewel is gonna be Daily Jewel number 70. It's going to be regarding constants. I'm not even sure if constants can be a plural, but anyway, it's constant. And when I say constant, meaning one of the things that consistently happen, continuously happen. It's just like one of those things you know is going to happen. It's happened so much, it's been so consistent that you no longer have to question it. You are 100%. You're 100% engaged. Your belief can't be tainted or misdirected. You just know these things are going to happen. And before I even get into it, one of my favorite questions I like to ask people, actually just, whoa, that is a bad pothole. Just pose this question on Instagram. How many of you hopped out of bed today? And when before you hopped up, or before you even thought about it, when you were getting up, did you question whether the ground was going to hold you up? Did any doubt slip in your mind and you go, man, I wonder, when I crawl out this bed or roll out this bed, when I stand up, is this ground going to stand firm? Or am I going to, drop, fall in a black hole, sinkhole, whatever? Did you have the slightest question in your mind, was it going to hold you up? Was it going to stand firm? Was it going to be there for you? And I can speak for me and my experiences. I didn't question it at all. I hopped out of bed like I've been doing for the past 25 years. And I'm sure many of us didn't either. We hopped up because we just knew that ground was going to hold us up. And that goes back to the original point of the Daily Jewel, the constants. The things we have faith in, that we just know these things are going to transpire no matter, day or night, no matter what the timing is. This element is going to come through like it always does. And I say that to say this. A lot of us misinterpret trials and tribulations or obstacles we go through, or things that we deal with on a consistent basis, whether it's good or bad. Through that trial and error, constants can be built within oneself as well. And when I say that, just small examples. How many times have you been broke? How many times have you not had money? I'm sure it's been countless times. I know, like I said, I speak for myself, countless times. Getting up to age 25. I've yet to be under the bridge. Me and my kids have yet to sleep outside. How many times has your car broken down? How many times has, things just faltered on you, but you still found a way to make it happen? And what I'm trying to say is there are constants within life, besides standing up. The example with the bed. And faith rolls hand in hand with constants. And like I was saying earlier, whether you're in school, whether you're in the workplace, entrepreneur, whatever you want to do in life, faith is going to play a vital role. And always my opinion, of course, but I feel like we have to withdraw our dependency and our trust within man. We can't always rely on that friend to get us that position, or to get that position period, because we just we put in the work. There are politics within the workplace. Even beyond jobs, if you play sports, if you can't always count on the coach to see the potential in you, or to see what you one day may be with hard work, or to see your hard work period. There are going to be times when you have nothing but faith to rely on. And like I said, I speak from example. I know for myself, a few years back, think October, May, November, May, 4 years since I was employed by another individual. But anyway, when I initially lost my job, I had a bright idea about getting into business. And I mean, that's a whole nother daily jewel. I'll talk about that one later. Or if you read my book, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it took me a whole 7 months to make my first transaction via the internet. I started out with an internet-based company, and it took a whole 7 months. Granted, I was getting up every day, doing 20-hour days, just going, trying to just remaining consistent, trying to outdo the competition, just running that marathon like I spoke of many times. And 7 months, no money. My little savings I had was nearly gone. I think when I lost that job, I had probably 6 or 7 grand to my name. That had eventually withered away, and I was I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know how I was surviving, but again, that's where the faith comes in. And one of the biggest things I rely on as well are the 3 P's. It happens to be the tattoo that's right here on the side of my face. It's patience, persistence, and prayer. And I don't care who you answer to, prayer is vital. It another one that goes hand in hand with faith and constance. But I say that to say this. I feel like one of the key factors to me getting here to this very day was faith. Because those nights when I was broke and I wanted to quit and run back to the blue collar setting, go beg someone for a job because I was broke and I was running out of money. My faith kept me going. My faith made me get up and say, you know what? You're gonna break through. Eventually, you're gonna get through. And when you get through, it's going to be a large breakthrough. Those nights when you're hungry, those nights when your power get cut off. I went through all that. I think probably 4 or 5 times. Tampa Electric cut my lights off. They cut my water off. Those nights when your kids are asking you, because they really don't know any better. When they're asking you why is the TV black, that was the the luring question in my house. Why is our TV black? They really didn't understand that we had no power, no cable, no lights, no water. And even on the good and bad side, those are the nights when those thoughts may pop up in your mind. You know what? I'm just gonna quit this entrepreneur thing. I'm gonna break my path and I'm gonna go back to the workplace. Or I might do something even crazier because I just that survival instinct and mentality kicks in. But faith will be the thing that you have to rely on. And like I said, you have to withdraw your trust and dependency in man, and just walk by faith. And that also goes hand in hand with a lot of my people who have creative ideas and who have creative juices and want to actually step out and try to attack those things. I bump into a lot of people that see my videos or they've read the daily jewels that happen to be in the workplace. Not even the workplace, they're unhappy doing what they're doing. And they want to do other things, but they're scared or they're frightened or they're worried about the opinions of others or money or, monetary status. And again, I tell people all the time, we walk by nothing but faith on this side of the frequency. You really have to, because statistics, the powers that be, it's not really designed for us all to make it, or for all of us to be highly successful. So in order to obtain those things, you have to walk on faith. And like I said, it's again my personal experiences. Those nights in the dark, those nights of being broke, those nights of putting in excessive work and getting nothing out, and just staying consistent. My faith is what helped me stay consistent, and consistently overcoming those triumphs and those obstacles is what built constance to where I'm at today, where I'm 25, and I feel like, what? If I produce a creative idea, if I come up with a concept, or if I see a new lane that I want to go in, I'm going to jump straight out the window and go forward. And again, the same example I gave with the ground, I wholeheartedly believe that if I step out there and I put my mind to it, and like I said, I include those 3 P's, I can accomplish anything I want to. But again, those obstacles made me rely on my faith, and consistently relying on my faith built those constants where I have no doubt in my mind. And one of the biggest things, I hear people all the time, the NBA playoffs kicked off yesterday. I see it all on my timeline. People willing to bet, and I love that. I love the support for your team. It's cool. But my thing is, if you're willing to bet on the efforts of another man or another collective of men to, help you achieve something, how can you not be willing to bet on yourself? How can you not have enough faith in yourself that you can go out and accomplish things of the same nature? I'm not necessarily saying ball, but if Braun can do it, you can do it. Like I told y'all last time, these entertainers, these rappers, these actors, these ball players, they put their pants on, one leg at a time, just like you do. Their teeth are made of enamel and they have to brush them just like you do. They get haircuts just like you do. If you cut them, they bleed just like you do. So my question is, how can we, put so much faith in another human as if our potential, can't match, or as if we're not built of the same DNA? Well, not the same DNA, but as if we don't possess DNA as well. But again, like I said, y'all, this Daily Jew is just about constants. For all my people that want to achieve something of greatness, want to achieve something different, want to get out of this life of normalcy, this mundane system that they're trying to confine us to, we have to walk on faith. We can't rely on another man to make it happen. Whether it be family, friends, we cannot rely on them to take us to the promised land. I told y'all a while back, in my opinion, of course, 80% of this game is mental. You're going to have to condition and train yourself to believe in certain things. When people telling you crazy, you're foolish, you're wrong, it won't work, you're going to have to detach yourself from the things of the world and jump straight out the window. And just another quick side story before I finish this Daily Jew. I get a lot of people that ask me about the tattoos on my face. I'm gonna tell you guys where that derived from. When I lost that dream job that I was just referencing, I was a dispatcher. Had been there for like 46 months, almost 4 years. But anyway, my father had built connections with a large group of people within law enforcement. My grandfather worked there as well. He retired from both agencies in right here in Tampa, Florida. But anyway, he called me one day and he told me, after I lost the original job, that he had lined up another dispatching job with the Tampa Police Department. They would start me at $16. He ran down the benefits, blah, 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 I'm sure you know how that goes. I'm sure somebody's tried to run it down even before. Anyway, I told him no. He asked me had I gone to the interview to meet the individual he set me up with, and I told him no. And he was taken aback, and he questioned me for a few minutes, asking me what was I thinking, what was I doing, why wouldn't I go? And I simply told him, I was going to get into retail, with clothes and shoes. And of course, him being in that blue collar setting his whole life, he didn't quite understand at first. Him and really nobody, especially older, understood. Only really one person understood at that point. But anyway, probably like for the next 2 weeks, I got a consistent amount of calls from family, from him, my uncles, saying, get a job, do this, do that, get the benefits, the pay is awesome, blah, blah, blah. But I had realized at that point I wanted no parts of that system anymore. I didn't want a boss. I never been good with authority. I always been hard-headed. Like I said, if you read my book, all about my childhood. I never really wanted to conform to anyone or anything. Back then I had no facial tattoos. Actually, no tattoos were visible because of the job I had. I had to get them in places where they weren't visible. But anyway, to make a long story short, this was the first facial tattoo I ever got. This one right here that looks similar to an A. It's an ancient symbol of strength. I sat there one day and I just got sick of the calls. They were really pissing me off every day. Just trying to force me to change my mind and go get a job and do this and do that. And I knew the only way to silence them and to permanently disqualify myself from the corporate realm, at least for working for somebody else, was I knew one of the only ways was, to indulge in my favorite thing at the time, and that was tattoos. The only question was, where do you put the tattoo, to really, cut ties? And that's how this is I want to say it was February of 2012. This is how this one came about. And from now I actually enjoyed it. It didn't hurt that bad, and I just went crazy with it, as you can see. But anyway, not to get off subject, But that was just my time where I had to step out on faith and say, you know what? What's for me is what's for me. And I say that same thing to you guys. What's for you is what's for you. If it's yours, you know, in due time, it'll come to fruition. But I had to remind myself that I had to tell myself that I had to put my face in these books and restore my faith within myself and stop being self-reliant on another man to give me an opportunity to feed my family. So, you know, I marked my face, cut ties. The phone call stopped because at that point I had virtually disqualified myself from corporate America. Back then I had a 95 Saab with 2 working windows, no AC. And next Friday I have an appointment to pick up my next Mercedes. I definitely want to switch up to a white. I love white cars. And, you know, not to boast. Anybody knows me. I'm a very modest and humble guy. Again, I just want to give an example. We got to walk by faith, y'all. We're not going to accomplish very much relying on strangers to believe in us, to give us positions of power to feed our families and leave behind legacies and foundations. Like I said, when you stepped out that bed today, did you worry that that ground was going to hold you up? I highly doubt you did. When you look in that mirror, you need to have the same feeling for yourself. Like I said, y'all, it's Daily Juice 70s, constant. This is another one of those ones I could talk about. I can give examples forever because I really went through hell and high water to get here. Broke countless times, lights off, plenty of closed doors. You know, you name it, I went through it, but I kept the faith and now I'm here. But anyway, y'all, of course the description is going to be in the, the Daily Jewel will be in the description. You guys stay tuned. I got another one coming up. Got an all new one coming up. And I'll catch y'all next time. Don't forget, you know, like, subscribe, comment, share. You know, definitely love a healthy debate or a healthy conversation, either way. So you guys drop those comments and I'll see y'all next time. Remember, y'all, we got to walk on faith. These humans can only do but so much for us. Like I said, 80% is mental. Once you believe it, it sounds cliche, but you will achieve it. You got to embody it. You got to live it. That's it, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.